I make this point. You don't want to listen. You're not a listener.
Mm.
You're used to lecturing, perhaps, so you don't listen.
I'm a lecturer.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not stupid.
Yeah,
You told me 10 times. You
Sorry.
told me on the phone 3 times.
Yeah.
You know, you're such a good lecturer, you're driving a cab for a living.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be thinking.
I have to say, I find that a very insulting comment, because you don't know the reason why I'm driving a cab.
Tell me. Change your life, it didn't really work.
Yeah, but you don't know the reason why.
Jonathan, you got it wrong, mate.
No, I'm sorry.
Drive a cab and listen to Nick Ferrari, it didn't work, did it? So you failed on that. My point to you,
I don't know why you keep saying things like failed, and it's all so negative. I can't understand. Can I ask you a question?
No, you can't till I finish.
I'm not sure if you're trying to goad me.
All the questions you like.
Right, go on.
What you haven't done
is
you haven't taken on board and listened to any of my responses. You come in here as if you're reinventing the wheel. Everything you said is old hat, without exception. It's all been tried in one way or another before. You've got a better way of doing it, perhaps. I hope you're right. God, I want you to be correct. I want you to be successful. It's not as I'm here thinking, oh, this guy doesn't succeed.
I suppose the end of the day,
finish. But because you're so consumed with your enthusiasm and how you're going to change, solve the problems of the world, you're not listening to evidence I'm giving you about when I'm saying we've done an awful lot of things along those lines. Some of them identical, and it hasn't worked. Right? So you're not a listener. You don't take on board information. Now that's why I wanted to test you, because I often ask this question, and about 1 in 10 drivers, if that, can answer the question about rickshaws. You're one of the 9 that can't.
I'm not interested in rickshaws, to be honest.
You ought to be.
I've got no interest in them.
But don't obstruct you, they're not a problem, don't get in your way.
I couldn't care less about them.
No, you see, you're trying to...
I'm talking about hotels, I've got no interest in them.
But my point to you is, when it comes to rickshaws, it isn't a question of opinion. See, with hotels and how we might, right all those wrongs, most of what we're giving is a personal opinion. You've got some ideas that you think will work, I've got some ideas that may or may not work or didn't work. Right? But when it comes to other subjects, which you ought to know about, because you've read about it in taxi, you haven't taken the information on board, because they're not subject to opinion, they're facts. Now, there are very simple facts why there are rickshaws out there, legal technicalities. And I've written about it so many times, you can't remember a word of it.
Can I just stop you there 1 second? I don't care, is the answer. I'm not talking about rickshaws. If I came here to speak to you about rickshaws, I would know everything about those vehicles, down to its last nut, I promise you. I'm not interested in them.
You would have thought you knew it.
I'm not interested in them, Bob. We're off subject so far. I couldn't care less about these. If I was 18, travelling through the world, through Europe, I'd also be riding one. That's what I know.
Oh, yes, so would I.
Couldn't care less about them. It's got no point in this. You told me earlier that you did a week on a hotel and it worked.
No, it works for a few weeks.
Right, that's my point, Bob, my friend. I'm going to tell you something. You've got to keep doing it. That's the point.
So
why do you think Cadbury's... No, not boycott. We have to find other ways. Can't keep boycotting. Right, so let me help you find a way. I'm a bloody marketing man. I'm a very, very, very good marketing man. Very good.
And they're all free.
Sorry?
They're all free.
What is?
I don't have to pay these marketing people, that's great.
No, I'm a good marketing man.
Oh, you're a good marketing man.
Not them lot.
I don't pay you up.
Right, no, you don't have to pay me. I will do this for free. I just want a body to back me. That's what I'm after.
What do you want me to say? Right. I don't agree with you.
I want somebody to say to me, you know what, you're a bit mad, you're a bit loony, you're very enthusiastic. But I think you might have something here, we'll back you. I've got to say, if you don't back me, someone's going to back me. I'm going to find someone out there to back me. And if at the end of the day,
what does back you mean?
If at the end I need a body behind me, I can't go into what I want to do. I want to put together a campaign, and I can't really do it on my own. I can, but it's going to take me a lot longer, and I'm not sure how. If I write to the London Tourist Board, for example, as me as an individual, I will get a response because I have to respond, but it's going to be a lot easier if I've got the words LTDA after me, or RMT, or whatever that other lot are called.
It's a much better example than worrying about what minicabs are not doing. What about the guy that burgles your house?
Not interested. It's got nothing to do with this meeting. I don't know why you're going on about it. I've got no interest.
I'll tell you why. Listen, because you're not a listener.
Yeah, but I'm very focused on one project at the moment.
You're focused on my answers because you don't listen to anyone. Right? When the guy burgles your house, you go along to the local police, or if you're on the square and you're a mason, you might go along to the superintendent, and he'll tell you all about how he's fighting the good fight against crime. You might even have a contact with the Home Secretary. And he'll tell you that.
I should have brought in my letter from the police to you and show you how far I'm willing to go.
You won't actually achieve anything.
I should have brought in
so you're
a
going
letter.
to get a meeting, you might get a meeting with some lowly person at London First or whatever these like different names of
That's right, that's where you start. That'll do me.
And they'll be, it's very interesting what you're saying there. Is that really what happened?
And I'll follow it up. And then I'll copy his bossing.
People don't have any
and then I'll copy his bossing. Don't matter. Okay. Should have brought in because I didn't know it would go down this road. 9 months. When was the Gaza War? December, January. I'm Jewish. I'm also an Israeli citizen. That might tell you something. I don't let things go. Right now. During the Gaza War, I found myself in Walthamstow Market, and there was an anti-Israel thing, and it became quite anti-Semitic. And I phoned up the local police and said, this has got anti-Semitic. Won't bore you with it, but the copper on the phone said to me...
Semitic or Semitic?
Anti-Semitic. The copper on the phone said to me, right, what they said, and I said it's anti-Semitic, what they said is a matter of opinion. And I went, wow, and I went mad. Took me 5 months. I now have framed in my house a letter of apology. This is all I wanted, was a letter of apology from that copper. 5 months. Yeah. I couldn't get it from him. You've got to keep going and 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 going. Where's the relevance of those things to minicabs? Where's the relevance of burgling mice to minicabs? This is the project I want on. This is the project I want to work on. If the LTDA is not willing to back me,
that's what you want me to do.
I want to do it. I'll do it through you. That's the point.
What do you want me to do? What do you want the LTDA to do? You haven't told me.
To back me in this plan, what I want to do. I want to start by writing to every hotel, saying we know this goes on, not in aggressive language or anything, very nice language. We know it goes on, it's got to stop. Okay? And this is what I want to see at the end of it, or this is what we want to see at the end of it, right? Okay? This is what we want to see at the end of it. We want to see that your customers have got the choice. They can take the taxi sitting on the rank outside.
Why can't they take it?
1 second. Or they can take a minicab, right? As today. Wait a minute, Bob. Hear me out, please, my friend. This is what I want it to become the norm. You tell them that they can take a taxi outside and it costs them £50 to £60, or they take a minicab which will charge them £45, but we put a service charge on top that takes it to £70. That's what I want to do. And they cannot refuse you, because we have laws in this country now that you've got to disclose. You know when you go... No, I'm not.
That was a silly thing.
No, I'm not. Excuse me, you don't think I've researched this?
You can't dictate to hotels what they're going to tell their
You
guests.
don't think I haven't researched this? Do you know when you go down
No, you haven't researched.
Do you know when you go down the ticket?
You can't tell hotels what to tell their guests.
Oh, yes you can. Do you know when you go down the ticket booths in Leicester Square and all that, yeah? You get a ticket and it says on...
The theatre ones?
Yeah. You get a ticket, they have to tell you the face value.
That's right.
It's the law.
That's right, I got tickets 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's the law. So they sell you a £30 ticket for 60 quid. And you know what you say? It's 60 quid, it's 30 quid, whatever. I'll take it, so I need it.
Where does that law tell you about minicabs?
It's the same law.
Is it?
You have to disclose the face value. What you, as an organisation, are paying for it when it's a markup.
So you think that concierge who gets cash is recording all that thing?
That's the hotel's problem. It's not my problem. That's their problem.
Of course, it's your problem. You think he's writing it down and saying, "Oh, this is what."
So we don't try.
Put that through the books.
So we don't try. So we don't try.
Yeah,
the minicab officers somehow got to be accounting for this money. Somehow it's all got to be accounted for. Yeah.
Some of the hotels now, quite a few, actually have. They don't just call in the minicabs. They actually have a minicab booking office in there. They don't advertise it as such, but they have a registered booking office.
Okay.
Actually registered.
Right, so we'll leave them to one side at the moment. But when you hear horrific stories of, some cab driver told me the other day, of a person who got a cab from a hotel in central London, okay, and said, I only ever take a black cab now, I just walk outside, because when I got my hotel bill there was a £185 service charge on it for a car. You know that goes on, yeah?
Of course it does.
That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. If we can't win that, might as well give up the game.
I wish you would. I wish everything...
So let me have a go. Back me.
I wish everything... You haven't told me what I'm going to do.
That's, I told you what I want you to back me on.
Everything you said was manageable, but none of it is, unfortunately.
So that's what I want to do. I want to start a written campaign.
9 out of 10 cases, literally 9 out of 10 cases, where this goes on, there's taxis sitting outside on the rank, and that passenger knows they're not getting in that iconic vehicle. They know they're not getting in.
And I've seen some of them looking at me.
The mistake you're making is you're looking for more.